Make the choice to win your day. Success does not care about your excuses. What's going on, fam? Thank you all for joining me for another video. I am grateful. Appreciate y'all. Hopefully y'all have had the chance to watch some other videos and you found some value in them. If not, and you just stumbled on this one, it'd be pretty awesome if you check out the others. So thank you in advance. So today's video, I actually have some notes on that I'm going to be addressing. A former student of mine, who is still a student, sent me a message because of the YouTube channel and the advice and suggestions that I'm providing for students. And he asked how or what are some good methods to accomplish more tasks in a week. So this gentleman is working on building a business as well as completing his education, and in order to do both, you really need to be very efficient and optimize your time. So to the gentleman who sent me this question, please understand I'm going to provide my thoughts in a very general sense. Even though you and I know each other, I'm not going to be very specific to your situation. I'm going to be providing more of a general way to attack things for everybody, and you'll be able to pull the value that you need from this. So how to accomplish more tasks in a week. Are we creating time just to fill time? So this is something that a lot of new graduates actually fall into, right? They'll graduate and get a job but want to start their own business. So they'll work on learning their new role at this new employer, and they'll work on side projects to start their business. Then maybe they start their business and leave their job, but all they did was create another job. So there's a lot more to being an entrepreneur, right? Like, are you starting a business and then just giving yourself more work to do? Or are you able to start a business and actually complete certain tasks by filling certain roles? It's very difficult. It's like chicken before the egg, right? Do I get enough capital to hire people right away? Or anyway, before I start rambling and segue, that's a whole different video, I guess, right? So let's stick to the notes, Jensen. Get with it. In order to create more tasks in a week, my first bullet point that I wrote on my paper here is don't create free time just to fill it back up. It's important that if you have so many hours a day or so many hours a week, that you have time to be human. This is really important for a number of reasons, and just a couple off the top of my head is, one, your family is everything. Do not create more work for yourself and then neglect the people that you love who are going to be supporting you through the process. So be very careful with, once you free up time, to not neglect what truly matters. All right? Very important. Just never forget that. It happens. We grind so hard and we burn out, and then because we're irritable and we have less time, that reflects from us back onto the people that we're surrounded by. And they don't deserve that, right? They deserve the best us. So be careful when you free up time and you start to fill it up again, that those people are not being neglected. The second bullet point I felt is probably one of the most important ones, and not just from one time being a student and then being an educator and now being a professional in a more corporate environment. This rings true through every stage of my life. Structure creates freedom. It's weird, right? Because you would think that if I'm being very structured and I have my whole day like planned out or mapped out every hour, and I'm checking boxes, I won't really have freedom, right? But that's not necessarily true. When you have this structure, and you know what is going to happen on Monday morning and Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening and so on and so forth. Eventually, that structure and knowing exactly what has to happen, you are going to become more efficient at certain tasks, to the point where you'll start your structured plan Monday morning, and then you'll find that by lunchtime on Thursday, you're done. That gives you the rest of Thursday afternoon, evening, all the Friday, and the weekend, right? Now, it takes time to get here. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to really, and I'm looking at my notes, so forgive me if I keep looking down, right? It's really important that you create this structure and understand the time that it's going to take for this to really develop the freedom that you need. You have to create a routine, and you have to stay so committed to that routine that each day you're doing the same thing at the same time. Now, there's going to be those times where you need to be creative or whatnot, and we can't marry creativity to a time slot, right? And free time, sometimes we just want to go to the coffee shop or whatever, and then that's not on our calendar. So obviously there's going to be flexibility within our routine. But there are those tasks that have to happen on certain days throughout the week. So creating that routine. One of my routines or calendar slots that I have is from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. I have it blocked off, and I have it labeled focus. Just heads down, focus time, regardless of how I'm feeling, regardless of whatever tasks I have in the pipeline or tasks that passed. I have this focus time set for 2 hours every morning, Monday through Friday. And there's flexibility in that, right? So I know for those 2 hours, I'm not going to be interrupted. On my computer, it blocks me off and it says I'm unavailable. I know my kids are at school, right? I know that I have this time to heads down, not be bothered. And I can just grind on whatever I need to grind on. 2 hours every morning, uninterrupted. Once you get in the habit of that, you are going to be amazed at how productive you can be. It takes time. There are distractions. Whether you're at home, a coffee shop, school, an office, there's always distractions. People poking their head in, your phone vibrating, your weird desire to get that phantom notification and have to check social media, right? There's always going to be something. But it's important that you create this routine. I have those 2 hours blocked off in the morning. I have an hour and 15 minutes blocked off in the afternoon for lunch. My calendar says I'm busy. Now, what I do in that hour and 15 minutes is up to me. I don't mind eating in front of my computer while I'm doing work, so I use a lot of that time to go to the gym and work out. If you're not breaking the day up to do something that is going to satisfy you personally, and all you're doing is working, well, you're going to hit burnout a lot faster than you would otherwise. So it's very important, right? I have my focus time, I have my lunch time, and then those other times throughout the day, I can set up meetings. And if there are no meetings, I will set off 30 minutes for X task. And then I know what I'm doing. So every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I have my focus time. I have a task time. I have a lunch time. I have an afternoon task. When I first started doing this, I couldn't get everything done in that 30-minute task time. It took a while. The 30-minute task time was like really 45 or 50 minutes, but I never changed it from 30 on my calendar because I really wanted to hone in on my own personal work efficiency to get it done in 30 minutes. So think about your daily calendar. How can you be very efficient within that time? Hone your skills, and then eventually by Thursday, Friday, you'll be done with those tasks, which will either leave time for your personal relationships or side projects or whatnot, right? If you're mixing in education with your job or your business that you're starting, you can do 2 hours in the morning of your education and then 30-minute break. Go outside, go for a walk barefoot in the grass. You'll be amazed how more energized you will when you come back. And then carve out another 2 hours for the business or the side projects, right? Or your job. So think about how can you carve out time in your day and become more efficient in those blocks. Remember, structure creates freedom. You'll become so efficient, the end of your week is wide open. You could create a 4-day weekend for yourself if you're efficient those first few days. Do hard things first. All the hard things, do them first. No exception. It doesn't matter if you wake up and you feel like you're dying from the flu. Do the hard things first. All right? A lot of times, hard things are not the laborious tasks that we need to accomplish. Sometimes the hard things are making a phone call, sending or replying to an email. Knowing that phone call might only take 10 minutes, but because it's a hard conversation or there's some friction with the person on the other side of the phone, that makes it a hard task. But the thing is, if you don't do those hard tasks first and you wait until the end of the day to do them, part of your mental capacity is consumed throughout the day on that hard thing. Get them done first. Get them out of the way. Even if it ends up being bad news, at least you found closure. Or at least you got that bad news and now you have time to discover a solution. As opposed to waiting all day, getting the bad news, and then not being able to sleep at night because your solution process is kicking, right? And then there's always that chance, probably 90% of the time, where you do that hard thing first, you find closure, a big sigh of relief. Or you do that hard thing first, and it's good news. And now you can be joyous for the remainder of the day and not worry. No excuses. Do the hard things first. When you realize you get those hard things done early in the week or early in the day, you could really fire on all cylinders, charged up, because it's over with. It's like just tear the Band-Aid off. So no excuses. Do the hard things first. All right. Create a list. It could be bullets, it could be numbers, doesn't freaking matter. Create a list. And I have a specific note next to create a list. Tackle it with relentless ferocity. Create your list, a daily list. Make that your calendar. Tackle it with relentless ferocity. As if you don't complete the list, you're not going to have enough wick to burn the next day. Complete that list. Grind as hard as possible to complete that list. And there are going to be some things that you cannot complete in one day. Some things that you cannot complete in a week. But you understand that. You understand if you work so hard on one of those bullet points early in the day or early in the week, you will find closure sooner than later, eventually creating that 3 or 4 day weekend through the structure of routine in tackling your list. Relentless ferocity. Have your cup of coffee. Be frustrated because your day's starting, and then you have to go absolute gangster on your list. Get it done. And feel accomplished afterwards. Knock one part of your list off. Knock a couple bullet points out. And see how accomplished you feel. Holy smokes, it's only 11. And I'm almost done with my tasks for the day. Which means I'll be done with them by 1. And if I'm working until 5, I can start tapping into tomorrow's list. Structure, routine, creating that list and grinding on that list. Refusing to be distracted until you hit X bullet point. Refusing to be distracted until it's time for you to go ahead and go have lunch or go ahead and go hang out with family or friends. Attack that list like that's all you got. Relentless ferocity. That's how you are going to enable the structure to help you create that freedom. And this last one that I have, I really thought this video was going to be like super long, but still long, but not like hours, right? My last bullet point that I have on here, don't you dare make up excuses. Don't you dare make up excuses. Success does not care about your excuses. It doesn't. You can make up excuses. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, I don't feel too good. Oh, my car's broken down. My battery died. I need a new phone. Do not make up excuses. You are not defined by your excuses, your reasons, your circumstances. You have control over a lot of that. It's easy to wake up, feel groggy, not want to work, and then realize that you have to get a jump start for your car, and then all of a sudden your day is ruined. No. Because maybe it took you an hour to get a jump start, and now you're driving. So 1 hour of your day being crappy does not consist of an entirely bad day. Having that rough phone call in the morning does not mean your entire day is ruined. You have an opportunity to make a choice. You could choose to fall victim to your day because you couldn't handle a circumstance. Or you could choose to win your day and not let that one circumstance ruin it all. It's a choice that you have to make. You control how you react to things. From teaching for 16-ish years, I have seen so many students either come into my class or leave my class distraught. Oh, my day is ruined. No, not really. It was a difficult assignment, but your day isn't shot. Stop overreacting about that. You got to get over things faster, have thicker skin. Make the choice to win your day. Success does not care about your excuses. So if you want to create more time in your week so you can fill it with more time with family and friends, so you could fill it with a side project or start your business, create a structure that is unwavering. Make sure you get set in a routine, so set to the point that you don't need to look at your calendar, because you know every morning from this time to this time you're doing this, and this time to this time you're doing this. Create a list. If it's Monday, you're wrapping up the day, make your list for Tuesday. Don't wait until Tuesday to make your list. Make your list the day or the night before. So when you wake up in the morning, with relentless ferocity, you can attack that list. Don't make excuses. Nobody cares. You can't expect someone to rescue you. So as soon as you understand that your excuses really just enable procrastination, you'll stop making them. Because you have an opportunity to create so much freedom, you have a 3 and 4 day weekend. What you do with that time is on you, right? But understand structure, routine, lists, being relentless. Stop making excuses. All of that is going to help you win. So you want to win your week, you want to win your month, you want to win the year, and you want to hit your goals. But if you start with what I just said, by winning the day, eventually those days are going to compile and you're going to win at everything. It's a longer video. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Hopefully I answered the question that was sent to me by my student. If you watched this whole thing, if you made it through all the way to the end of this video, you could go on to aprofessorstake.com. We have the YouTube videos posted as well as a link to submit questions for future videos and content. We're also on Instagram at aprofessorstake. So I would love for you all to reach out to me. You could comment on videos. You can do the whole like and subscribe thing. I'm never going to get monetized because YouTube is absolutely crazy, but it's a little bit of affirmation to know when you guys are digging the content. Anyway, thank you for watching this entire video, a little longer than normal, and I appreciate y'all. So thank you for being here. Thanks for the content prompt, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining me for Professor's Take.